First of all, to start, let's get a little bit of background on you. Like, statistics, like where you're born and where you grew up and things like that.
Yeah, I was born in Honolulu, 1917.
Okay.
And my mother came from China and my father was a Hawaiian born.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I was very frail.
Mm.
So I took up martial arts, I took up boxing.
Okay.
But it wasn't great, but I learned how to defend myself.
It was a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I started to take jujitsu. Professor Ozaki, 1940, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, the reason why I took it because I was having a fight with a guy, and he was way bigger than me. He was a football player.
Oh, okay.
And I was only 120 pounds.
Okay.
But I found later it was a relative of mine, my wife's friend.
Wow. Oh, goodness.
Good thing we didn't fight. I jumped out of the car, my wife pulled me back. I was so mad. And I think he would have beat me up.
Oh, boy. Wow, okay. And where exactly in Hawaii did you go?
In Kalihi.
Kalihi. Tough neighborhood. Yeah. Very tough neighborhood. And high school? What high school did you go to?
McKinley.
McKinley. Okay.
1935.
Wow, okay. When did you finally make it over to stateside?
I was teaching in Hawaii for about 9 years. And I decided to come here, so I worked in the post office. I traded with a guy, so I came to Alameda and he went to Honolulu.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's great.
But the postman said, when I went to visit him, he said, I lost in this trade. He said, like I wasn't good. Well, I got my black belt in 1944 in Jiu-Jitsu. And judo, I didn't get it until 1955, I think.
Oh, 1955.
Yeah. I got first degree and I went up to 6th degree. Well, I never competed in my life. I think my students could have beat me. I never competed with them, but I only just teach.
Yes.
And I know how the legs would be and everything like that. I know the throws. And people couldn't believe it. But I just understand about, I can see the weaknesses, how they walk. In Jiu-Jitsu, walk is a big mistake. You get swept, you get thrown easy because you know where the foot movement, you shuffle a bit better.
Yes.
I got it from boxing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. When did you first meet Professor Hundon?
You know more than I do.
That had to be around 78.
Was it College
Alameda?
Alameda?
College Alameda.
Right.
College of Alameda.
I know he was good. We traveled a lot of places in it.
Yes.
And he can tell you more about that. I mean, where we traveled to.
Yes. You want to open up with that?
Yeah. Actually, after I met Grandmaster James, at College of Alameda, we had exchanged some ideas because a couple of my students that I had, that was at the school that I had in Berkeley, were students of Grandmaster Jay. So they kept telling me about, man, you need to go see Grandmaster Jay, Professor Jay he was called at that time. And I was doing hip twists and some other thing and side kicks because at the at the same time, I had been studying with a couple of direct descendants of Bruce,
Okay.
his old school from Oakland,
Mm-hmm.
and Newt Kamakani and Felix Macias. And so in that, I'd learned, you know, a hip twist for side kicks and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So the students that I had were saying, oh, Professor Jay, that's the way he does his throws.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and I was like, what? He said, you don't know Professor Jay? So anyway, I ended up going over to the college.
Mm-hmm.
And we met and we had a long conversation, and it just started from there. And shortly after that, I was going on Saturdays, and I think the following week I joined the school here.
Wow.
And that started a long process.
Well, long but very rewarding.
Yeah.
Usually
Yes.
rewarding.
It was a
for
good
everyone.
addition.
Exactly. Okay. What about the Canadian Exposition?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when you took a team to Canada to compete, representing the U.S.
We didn't have it. Yeah, we didn't have enough. It was a 5-member team, I think.
Uh-huh.
We had only 3, so he had to go more times. But he was outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
He won almost all of his matches.
Mm-hmm. Wow. And how did his successes help establish small circle jujitsu as an acceptable art? So how do you think that helped out? So through the competition, through demonstrations,
Right.
you know, how do you think his involvement actually?
Oh, you helped me a lot.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
He was the key guy in the organization.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So essentially that helped establish
Yeah.
small circle jiu-jitsu not just as an art form in the dojo, but actually a fighting form
Yeah.
that can be utilized anywhere. Okay. Okay. So Professor Hundon always refers to you as Dad, and Mrs. J as Mom. So how did that all come about?
I said we were in Canada, and then it was announced. Professor Wally Jay introducing me and his son Jim Hundon. Jim came from the back, and some lady came and asked me, she said, how come this is your son? I said, he looks more like his mother. Oh man, a lot of laughs.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Oh
A lot
my
of fun.
goodness.
That started the father and son team.
Exactly. Essentially, when you met Professor Hundon, at what stage of development was Small Circle Jiu-Jitsu at that time?
Well, I think it was coming up pretty good. I mean, because I had great ideas. I couldn't sleep at night. You see what? I was in judo, see?
Yes.
And in Hawaii we got slaughtered
Mm-hmm.
by the judo people, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Hawaii judo, Rajikai. When we came to California, same thing happened. They just mowed us down. So I had 5 kids, my nephews and my daughter and my son. Yes, wiped out like nothing.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter lasted longer than anybody.
Mm-hmm.
She lasted over 2 minutes. My nephew the guy grabbed him, boom, threw him right away. He just grabbed his jacket.
Wow.
And my nephew was a strong kid, I mean, he was big, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he just cried. He couldn't believe it. So we left the place because Miss Kimura, the highest ranking guy, said Wally Jay judo. So all those instructors did bust out laughing. They all turned around and looked at me, and we were sitting with them, and I was hurt. So I said, I'm not going to come back until I beat them. I came back a year later. My nephew, I got thrown right away. Threw 5 guys in a row. So he first place. So they asked me, how come we improved so much? I said, well, I started to spend more time in judo instead of jiu-jitsu. But I had a teacher named Kawachi. He was 135 pounds, 5 feet 3. He was a Hawaiian champion. In those days, only one division, open.
Open.
He showed the wrist, everything. It was wrist work, wrist work, wrist work. Change everything. How you use your wrist, you know.
Yes.
Very important. So I incorporate that in my judo too.
Yes.
And it works. See, a lot of people lift like that. Use your hips to lift, you know.
Yes.
Boy, he changed my whole life.
Wow.
But we improved. But I was thinking every night, every time we go to a tournament, in my mind, I review the matches. I said, what this kid is wrong, what this kid is wrong, you know. So I started to correct them. But I never entered a judo tournament in my life. I never sparred with my kids, you know. I never ran door with them. But Kawachi gave me the background. Oh, little things, you know, with the wrist. Choke your wrist. And you pull, instead of pull this way, everything with the wrist. Boy, he said, wrist work, wrist work. That's all I concentrate on. Changed everything.
Yeah.
Boy, I admire the guy till today. He changed my life.
Yeah. Goodness.
In judo, I learned so much from parent. They lifted, so no, you use this leg, push. And I like to hold the sleeve over here. No, the jacket over here. When the guy come in, that side, I just put my arm. This one, you just grab the sleeve and lock it. He can't come in. So everybody, I teach this way. You know how to use your wrist.
Yes.
That's from Kawachi.
Oh, wow.
Big difference. Still today, I see tournament. I see the guys lifting up this way instead of, you know, using this leg to lift up.
A lot of people don't understand. When Great Grandmaster Jay and I used to demonstrate, it wasn't about me reaching at him and him taking my hand from there. We used to throw jabs, crosses, and hooks, and he would take my punches out of the air and apply small circle. So again, he used to dance on his toes. He was like Muhammad Ali, honestly. When we would demonstrate, he would bob, he would weave, he would slip, he would move, he would jab, boom, grab my arm bar, wrist lock, bam, finger lock, go into that whole little pretzel thing, you know. But it was from movement. It wasn't static at all. And a lot of people did not get a chance to see Papa Jay do that. You know, but that's how we used to demonstrate. It wasn't like, well, here's my hand and watch me do my jiu-jitsu. It was like live.
Oh, exactly.
It was live. Bob, we bam, he shows the jab, boom. Next thing you know, I'm in a bar. Next thing I know, I'm in a choke. You know, or I would kick, same thing. He would move and take me down to sleep. So it was very, very active. You know.
That's nice. That's really nice.
kid was one of the best fighters in the city. He was only 16 years old. And we were in high school 3 years together. We had the same program right through, we got through after lunch. We down the wharf and went swimming, and he brought gloves. And he was 16 years old, but he was one of the classiest fighters in the city.
Wow.
And he showed me sort of jab, you know. And after 3 years, he couldn't touch me. So I know when he does this, I know the left hook going to come. But I learned a lot from the guy. So I had a fight with the guy in the post office. I was working there with the guy. I don't know why he keep picking on me. He said, "I like to fight you," he said. He's bigger than me and heavier than me. But he said, "I like to fight you." We used to spar around during lunchtime, you know. Not him, but he been watching me. He said, "I like to fight you," he said. So one day at a basketball game, he brought gloves. He said, "Let's box ball." I said, "No, after the game, after the game." I took off after the game, he called me back. He said, "We'll take it easy, we'll take it easy." He came out like a wild man, like that. Oh, he didn't touch me one time, I tell you. In a round and a half, they said he not enough. He was bleeding, his mouth, all over, you know. I boom, boom. I just followed through. I had my combinations, and he never touched me once.
Wow.
You say you can still move, right?
Oh, that's why I'm keeping my distance.
You say you can still move, okay?
That was it though, I tell you. And he went to work, and it was bleeding all over, you know. And after a round and a half, he said, "Wally, he had enough." He just rolled over the ground, hold his head.
Oh my
I just gave him some punch in the head. I really felt bad about it because the guy was really in pain, I tell you, but he wouldn't give up. So, went back to post office. There's a guy, Walter White, who's a good boxer. He said, "Wally Jay kicked the shit out of him." Boy, they were surprised, I tell you.
One of the things that Great Grandmaster Jay, Dad, always said when you're doing a technique or you're demonstrating, always remember, pain makes believers.
Oh yeah.
That's my motto.
Pain makes
believers.
Pain makes believers.
You know, that's funny though. It's true though, because as we started to progress with what we do, our teacher started putting a little bit of the heat on us. And he said, to really appreciate what you're learning, you have to feel it.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no appreciation if you don't.
Exactly.
You know,
So
people start saying, "Oh, this is weak," or "This is that." And I tell you, as soon as Daddy locks a finger lock on you, you're like, "Oh yeah, this works."
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Can't fight.
No.
When I let go, there'd be no pain or there'd be pain. Depending on the consequences.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I was telling Professor too, because he showed me a little bit. And right when you feel that finger going, you're like, okay, that's it. You know, and
you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. You don't know how to react. You don't know how to respond.
Yeah. You forget everything. You don't think about you. Thinking about it.
Don't break it.
yes.
Does it?
See, most of the people, when they do laboratory team, they're this way. They just push this way, but this is the fulcrum right here. See?
Yes.
Just push this way.
Yes, that's what you're saying. Yeah. Yes.
So the fulcrum, see right here.
Uh-huh.
Without the fulcrum, then you gotta just push.
Mhm.
Well, this way, you see, you get a circle.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Training with Don Bob and the downward strike on the stick. He says, "Oh, always apply that downward motion." I was like, "Oh, vertical wrist extension."
That's right.
Yep. Exactly.
I said, "Oh, I know this." You know. Oh, okay, I understand that. No problem. Boom.
See, it doesn't take much, you know. I've seen other martial artists that crank.
Unnecessary.
Crank.
There's a guy that was teaching Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu near my son-in-law's warehouse in the Chapman Avenue, Oakland. So he came over, he saw the sign on the car, Island Judo Jiu-Jitsu Club. So he came over and asked my wife, he said, who's that? He said, Wally Jay Club? He said, yeah. He's in the car. He came there. He was glad to meet me. So he said, wait here. Then the wife came with the camera.
Oh.
So they both teach. So he asked me, come over, why don't you show us something? So I arranged when he had a class that day. And he had about 10 people there, really good. I had them up and down all over the place, they were helpless. They couldn't, I had the flow, you know, miss one, you go to the next one. Boy, I tell you, he wanted me to stay and teach, but but I know because they have to bring the guy to the ground. But you want to stay away from the ground if you, unless you're really good on the mat, you know.
Yes, yes.
But he respect me after that.
That's great, yeah. That's
And
awesome.
I'm also a good friend of, what's his name? Just Dave Meyer.
Dave Meyer.
He learned from, what's the guy's name, the family?
Oh, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu family?
Yeah.
Gracie's?
Gracie, yeah. Yeah, he learned from Jorge and Gracie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
So I went over there to visit them, and they took me to the house where the family was living, the mother and father, you know. So he asked me, what advice you got for us? I said, stick together, all your brothers. They were good.
Oh, yeah. How many students do you think you've taught over the years?
I don't know.
I mean, in the thousands, probably.
Thousands, yeah.
Easy.
Easy to
Easy.
thousand.
Easy.
Okay, that's.
I know I had one seminar, I taught with 250 people.
Woo!
That was for Chuck Norris.
Wow. Oh my goodness. But definitely, thank you very much.
Yeah.
You know, and then.
Thanks, Dad.
Sometimes I buck a fake the punch.
Right? Stop. So we got